Less than 20 minutes until the closing bell. S&P sitting on about a 0.25% gain. Ethereum has been on a tear, rallying nearly 50% this month alone. Tanaya Macheel is here with more on this big move and how it relates to the rest of crypto.
Yeah, Mike. So the crypto market just kind of taking a breather right now after the momentous week that we had last week. But I do expect that to come back a little bit as the public markets open up to crypto. Let's talk crypto treasury companies. This morning, we saw another group come out, the Ether machine. They've got plans to list on the NASDAQ through a merger with Dynamics. Those shares up, getting a nice boost today. Their focus being on Ether and staking of that ETH. Mercurity FinTech also entering an agreement to fund a Solana treasury. Sold today's standout in crypto, up about 7%. And then there are IPOs, Bullish and Grayscale filing last week to go public, and then BitGo again today. So still, Mike, lots of interest in Bitcoin, but interesting to see the leadership pendulum in crypto shifting a bit here as the industry gets a chance to invest and innovate in the crypto market without so much worry about the regulatory risk. That's been manifesting, as you said at the top, in ETH-related names. So ETH is trading at December highs. This is an interesting spot to watch because that $4,000 mark has been a real psychological and technological test for investors.
I mean, IPOs with a company named Bullish, buying crypto. I mean, I think you have to at least just sort of, take note of what's going on here.
Yeah.
Now, when it comes to the way ETH has traded relative to Bitcoin, I see people kind of convey that there's some kind of fair value ratio or some tendencies about how they should trade relative to one another. But yet, I don't know, they're kind of used for different things, are they not? Ethereum, I mean, the supply is not fixed and predetermined. So how should we think about that relationship?
This has been so interesting because for the past year or so, we have been going through this narrative issue with ETH. Initially, it was this idea, a year ago, people were not really sure what Bitcoin was. They were like, is it a store of value?
Sure.
Is it something that trades as a risk asset? And then ETH was this asset that people understood a little bit more. They said it's like a Web3 app store. You can build apps on top of it. That was much more easier. It was much easier to understand for investors. And then somewhere along the way, people just got the Bitcoin narrative and it completely flipped. And then with all of the regulatory uncertainty, investors kind of just pushed ETH off to the side. And now we are seeing the ETH ETFs come back to life over the last 3 months.
Yeah.
We've got all of this regulatory clarity. We have gotten regulatory clarity, and I think we will be getting more.
Yeah.
And you were starting to see that narrative, brands and institutions coming back in and saying we are interested in tokenization. We are interested in stable coins. So I think 3 months ago, it seemed like the ETH narrative had kind of flipped. Now it kind of feels like 10 years on from its inception, it's
right.
full circle.
It's interesting. I do.